Tonight's guest, Callahan Welsh, with your hosts, M.I. Kutz and Ezane.
Yo, welcome to another episode of What's So Funny. What's up, Ezane?
What's up, man? How you doing, bro?
Man, I'm good. Static? Electricity is in the building with us, chilling this evening.
In the building.
What's going on, man? How was your week, bro?
It was pretty good, you know what I mean? It was cool, chilling, you know.
Man, I know everybody wondering, like, man, why you guys so festive today? You know what I'm saying? You know why? Why? Hey, tell them why we so festive.
Because tonight we got Mr. Callahan Welsh, man. You know what I'm saying?
Welcome. That's what we got. What's up, man?
What's up? Aloha, guys. Hey, thank you. Like all the comedians, thank you for having me on. Nothing special about me, so I'm actually interested on why you guys wanted to choose me.
Hey, you're a very special guy, man. So, I mean, how's Hawaii, man? You out there, in the land of paradise.
Very thankful that I have the opportunity to live on the island archipelago, on the island of Maui in the state of Hawaii. And being in this Pacific Ocean, we don't really get to feel all the negative energy that's getting fed to the rest of the mainland as far as fires and hurricanes and coronavirus. So I'm very thankful.
Wow, that's cool, man. Hey, also, I want everybody to start clapping. Because you know why? You know what the day is?
What is today?
It's been 1 year since you graced the stage over at Indian Joe's. Exactly 1 year ago today.
The 22nd.
And we got you here, man, via podcast, man.
Wow, that's a treat. That's pretty awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much.
1 year. We went through a lot. Went through Kobe, went through COVID.
Yeah.
I mean, it's crazy, man. I mean, how was your experience with us, performing at Indian Joe's, hanging out with us over there at the Brew?
First off, like all comedians, thank you very much for allowing me to come and perform. It's not an easy thing to venture into stand-up comedy, let alone getting booked for shows. And then on top of that, comedians that or myself, I still consider myself just at an open mic level, having to find the means and financial means to travel all the way down there from LA to San Marcos, right?
Vista, actually.
Vista, good grief. And but to still come showcase my narcissism and my ego to try and have fun and make fun of myself and or things I see that I think I can make fun of, and trying to write credible stand-up comedy. So thank you. I had a fun time. It was another experience in the journey of stand-up comedy, and you guys just so happen to be part of it. And out of all the comedians in the world, New York, Atlanta, Chicago, through all the states, really, I got an opportunity to come and perform there with you guys and the community of the people that were there to see who I am as a human organism, to try and display my narcissism.
We appreciate you, bro. Man, it's our anniversary, man. We're the anniversary song. I guess that's
super cool.
All set up for you here, and
yeah, thank you.
It was great having you. I mean, we had a blast.
Thank you. My comedy's very odd, so I know, like, at first people are like, okay, who's this hack? What is he doing? Why is he taking so long? But that's just kind of how the 6 years, I've only been doing it 6 years, so I'm still at a beginner status, and probably at my 10-year mark, I can finally say I'm starting to understand the structure of premise, setup, punchline, tag, and the comfort, because I have a fear of public speaking and being on stage. Even after 6 years, I'm still scared to get up there to see if my jokes will work and if I'm not going to fumble through my words. So every comedian before us and after us, I do have the utmost respect, and that's usually why I say it at the beginning of my speeches. I do have the utmost respect for every comedian that does this. It's a very challenging task to write jokes without plagiarism and to be vulnerable and tell your life story on stage as a byproduct of society and how you were raised. So it's a super cool experience. You know, so many people choose to go be a doctor, a lawyer, an athlete, an entrepreneur, a car salesman, this, that, and the other. But when you take the time to see somebody do stand-up comedy and then you choose to say, I can do that because I believe in my mind I'm funny enough to be up there and I want the attention of people watching me make them laugh. That's a hardcore thing to do, and so much respect to you guys.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey, so, speaking of raised, how was it, you know, being, you know, raised up in Maui, you know, because we're here on the mainland.
Okay.
You're in Maui. How was it being raised up in Maui?
Being raised in Maui is the question?
Yes. Were you a surfer? I mean, you're a local, you know what I'm saying? You're a local.
So my little sad story is that nobody really cares about. And again, feel free to cut this interview off anytime you want because I don't feel I'm that interesting. I'm just another human being living on this earth. My experience growing up here, I was born in Silverton, Oregon. Then my mom and dad moved to Maui, Hawaii, had my second brother, then moved back to Oregon, had my third brother, didn't like it there again, so moved back to Maui where I was raised all my life. And unfortunately for my experience, no. Oh, is there technical difficulties? You have to.
You good.
Okay.
You're good.
Feel free to cut me off anytime. Growing up here as a haole or white-skinned person, I was picked on all my life for having white skin and trying to be part of the community growing up with all the local brothers. It's, you know, it was hard, and getting fear put into me because I was white, you know, I had to deal with it. I had to experience that pain as a human being in this lifetime about that. So, but like many, I turned to comedy. Comedy it's a humor, laughing is a very euphoric reaction we get to experience as human beings in this lifetime. And I think if I'm intelligent enough to understand now at 37 how a lot of us go through pain, those of us that venture into comedy, we utilize that as a premise to get ourselves to enjoy comedy. If that's making sense, I'm not sure if it is. But not to digress, growing up here with that, despite that, I got to learn how to surf, how to bodyboard, longboard, shortboard, scuba diving, spearfishing, deep sea diving, alua fishing, offshore fishing, deep sea fishing, and windsurfing, and seeing the beautiful sunsets over the Pacific Ocean are some of the coolest things I'll get to experience in this lifetime from Mother Nature's standpoint. So
that's Maui right there in a nutshell. I mean, so hopefully it's like a coconut shell, right?
Eating coconuts and eating fish, you know, being able to survive off the land, even with the running waters from the mountains. Granted, I don't have that opportunity. I still got to go pay for water. But just growing up in a tropical mindset, I'm thankful for this life existence and experience. So, pretty cool.
Callahan, man, thank you first of all for your service.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
How'd you get into that? Did you join the Marines over there in Hawaii, or?
So again, getting picked on for being a haole boy, a white boy, with all the Tongans, Samoans, Hawaiians, Filipinos, Koreans, Japanese, Everybody that if you're white, you're the wrong person. So being picked on, and through high school being picked on, after high school, I was just tired of running with the wrong crowd. I was tired of having fear. So and especially after 9/11, I felt entitled to think to myself, you know what? I'm doing poor choices. I need a good ass whooping, and I'm an able body. So why not go and learn the structure and get a good ass whooping by the Marine Corps to turn me into a man, and learn how to protect myself in the event I have to do that. Because unfortunately, there's very hateful people in this world, and I don't want to be part of it. And I think, like many, I've had the Superman mentality of trying to save the people that are less fortunate or cannot stand up for themselves. So I resonate with that mentality in this lifetime.
So what inspired you to be a comedian?
Inspired to join the Marines specifically?
Yeah,
A comedian.
Oh, a comedian. So I've always watched comedy. I had a collection of like Dave Chappelle and Jamie Foxx when I was stationed in Okinawa, Japan. And that would get me through the tough times with the little DVD player when we were out doing our missions and late night, and you had a little DVD player. And humor distracts you from pain, no doubt. So getting into comedy, after I got out of the Marine Corps, I went to scuba diving instructor school on the island of Oahu. I did that for 6 months. It didn't work out. Then I was trying to come back to Maui because I put in my application to become a police officer with the Maui Police Department and the Maui Fire Department to keep serving my community for the right reasons, because I felt entitled to make my place of living safer. So when I got out and I finished the scuba diving instructor school, and then I came back to Maui, I was going to University of Hawaii, Maui College, for my administration of justice degree. Not that educated, I don't remember a lot of it, but during that time in 2013, I saw a flyer at one of the restaurants that said open mic comedy night, Tuesdays.
Wow.
So I would go and watch this guy, Chino LaForge. He started up Power Up Comedy. He built a little community of people to go and do stand-up comedy there. The first time I went, I was like, I just knew 8 years in the Marine Corps, they naturally get you to be a funny individual because you're dealing with so much stress, you just naturally find humor in it. So being a funny rebel guy in the Marine Corps, I just knew I was funny. And of course, growing up here in Maui, and then I decided that I can do that. I'm funny enough to get on the stage, and that ego, that narcissism started coming out, but I wasn't ready. It took me a year. My life experience was it took me a year before I had the guts to get up on stage, and I watched these guys, Chino LaForge, Willie Simon, Sonny Dennis, Chuck Thompson, Ted Anderson, Vince Fodi, these guys, Corky Gardner, these guys are all the original comedians from here, Maui. And I used to watch them. I was like, why can't I get up there? Why can't I sign up? Why do I not have the guts to get up there? So finally, one day, I smoked a half a joint, drank half a beer. I'm not a big drinker, and actually just kind of
Joint.
Yeah.
So while we
and I used to write my jokes about myself in English class, not paying attention to the teacher, but I was focused on, okay, can I write jokes about myself? Am I that funny? And then one day, Tuesday, May 6th, 2014, I signed up, smoked my joint, drank my half a beer, and I got up on stage. And I was scared shitless. My left leg kept trembling and moving. I was thinking, oh, people are going to be seeing me. But I got up there with my notes and the things that I was saying, whether my jokes were funny or because I was nervous funny, I was funny. And I got the reaction of laughter. And that's when I got hooked. And it was an immediate hook of addiction to get people to laugh. And what sparked me to get up on stage and continue this.
So how far do you want to come in your comedian career? Like, how far do you want to take it?
I'd like to be a professionally developed stand-up comedian. I'd like to earn the credibility through my peers and public strangers that become fans of ours. We always have to build a fan base, if I'm understanding that now at 6 years in. I'd like to earn the opportunity to have a Netflix special. I think that would be a cool milestone in my lifetime. Regardless if it's Netflix, Hulu, Comedy Central, everybody's always gunning for Comedy Central, half hour. I'm 6 years in. I don't even have a solid 25 minutes worth of material right now because I try to do one-liners like Mitch Hedberg, Stephen Wright, Chris Rock, and it's just, I don't know where and when, but if I could accomplish that, I think I'd be pretty happy with that as far as taking it. And 6 years in, I think I understand, if my brain's telling me intelligently enough to understand the development of stand-up comedian, it's a lifestyle. And Tom Segura says in one of his specials, I think it's a second special, he says he loves his job because it gives him the opportunity to sit down and report what he sees in the world and how he lives the experience. And if anything I've learned from all the greats, from Richard Pryor to George Carlin, we write about our experience organically. And therefore, even on that, nobody can plagiarize your experience. I mean, people can steal jokes, but to talk about your life experience, or like Fluffy says, in order for you to have talk about stuff, you have to be through some stuff. And I was like, okay. And I appreciate all this words of wisdom and stuff that I hear. And even to go back on, because I was watching some of the videos you guys have, the Zodiac Killer, Willie Caldwell.
Big shout out to Mr. Willie Caldwell, yeah.
Oh my God. He came up to Flapper's Yoo-Hoo room one time, and his 3-minute set, he destroyed. People were going haywire. And it's just a cool thing to see that. Of course, it attacks the ego a little bit of like, I know I'm funnier than him. But what I've learned also is the true comedians that can take that mentality to the side and be like, this is a guy I want to hook up with, or this is a guy I want to perform with. That started developing more, and I just wanted to mention that because he made me laugh. So,
yeah, shout out to Willie Caldwell, man.
Yeah. Oh, Willie.
Mario Logan, man, that was a good interview with him. But hey, man, but let me tell you, it is time for Truth Be Told, baby.
Okay. Sorry if I talk too much.
Questions, just come with it, man. Tell the best truth you can tell.
Okay, let's bless your hearts on hearing me out.
I'm gonna go first right here.
Okay.
And the question to you will be, what would you what would you do if you had superpowers like Batman?
If I had superpowers like Batman, obviously the idea or mentality is to fight crime and, like I said before, help the less fortunate.
Right.
As of right now, that's, I think, where the heart and mind would be.
He said that was the lady. I was like, woo! We off that Maui, That's a good one. I mean, and speaking with you today, it's obviously that you are.
Yeah, but there's nothing special about me. I'm just another human being living this existence in this world on this earth for average 60, 80, maybe 100 years, depending on how well I take care of my body. And I'm just doing the same thing like you guys, trying to make people laugh. So it's a cool experience. Thank you.
But we have more, people as you, if you take away the funnies and everything, and just strip you down to a human being, we need to record people like you, definitely.
Yeah.
Serving the country. over there and right here. You know what I mean? So
Yes, sir.
If you ever run for president, who will your vice president will be?
Think about it.
Vice president.
It could be a friend, a family relative, celebrity, anybody.
Anybody you think of.
I might even ask my ex-girlfriend
All right.
Okay.
because she could expose me for the wrongdoings that I'm doing, and hopefully the country would listen to all the lies that I tell. But no, so I think in this world we're looking for credibility and people to follow. I don't know. It's kind of hard because I have a brother with special needs, and I think for somebody, to run a country, that's a lot. That's very heavy, and you can't please everybody. So to answer that question of who would I have as a vice president, pass. No. Good grief.
Or your dad. Somebody close to you.
I think I had the experience when I was trying to get into a little bit of politics back at University of Hawaii, Maui College, as one of the what's her name? She's a senator from Hawaii. Oh my God, I'm blanking. See, I'm bombing on stage right now.
You said bombing.
So,
Good grief, what is her name? Oh, I'm so sorry, I can't remember her name right now. I'm blanking.
it's all good. So I got a question for you. There's one app on your phone that you cannot live without.
Can't live without.
What app is that? You did.
Pornhub.
Pornhub.
Straight up.
Hey, you know what's funny though? Hey, you know what though? You know the funniest thing though is
Bush, man.
hey, Zane, not the interview we did, and we had the guy say the same thing.
So I just plagiarized their idea. I apologize for.
It's all good. I mean, like, hey, man, I guess we're all thinking like shit. I was like, hey, I guess we're on the same page.
If I could switch that, it would be the camera, because a camera can capture your moments in time, and your time is the most valuable thing we got.
Yeah, that's it. Because when it's gone, it's gone.
Yeah. If not for those lonely nights, Pornhub is perfect.
When that clock stops, it's over. Go for it. Go for your question.
All right. So, have you performed in any cities besides Vista, San Marcos, or out of California?
Yeah. My journey of stand-up comedy started here in Kihei, Maui, Hawaii, and I recommend you guys come out here sometime if you haven't. Please save up to come visit.
Once the COVID thing is over, I would love to fly over, bring the team over.
Okay. No, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to host you guys over here. We have a small scene, very small, humble scene, but we are always looking for people to come through and make this community laugh through your guys' pain. So, Power Up Comedy.
Power Up Comedy in the city.
Yeah, and the city is Kihei, like a key.
Hey.
And then hay for horses. Yeah, Kihei. That's the city I live in and I'm from.
Over here in Texas, you know, we're Kihei, Texas.
Yeah. From Kihei, I went to the island of Oahu and performed in Honolulu. Then from there, I ended up moving to Raleigh, North Carolina to go be there for my firstborn son. So while I was there, I got to I got the opportunity to grow up at Good Nights Comedy Club in Raleigh.
Wow.
If you've never been there, if you have the chance to go there when COVID is calming down, please go. Good Nights Comedy Club is awesome. I love that place, and I grew up there for a year and a half when I was living there. I performed in other places like Clayton, Greensboro, Wilmington, North Carolina. And then, of course, deciding that I was funny enough, I told my son, hey, Dad is going to go and try and chase this dream of becoming a professionally developed stand-up comedian. New York is too expensive and has a lot of cold weather, so LA is where Dad's going. And I decided to leave January 1st, 2017. I made my way cross-country driving to Los Angeles, where I was living in Burbank and then North Hollywood, and that's where I was for 3 years up until 2019 January. And then, of course, I got accepted to the Aloha Comedy Festival, which I came back to Hawaii to do that in February. And it being a leap year, we got to perform the 27th, 28th, and 29th. Super fun. But right at that time is when coronavirus is telling all the governors to shut down everything. And our governor here at the time, Governor Ige, had just shut down the state of Hawaii as far as traveling to and from. And I was just going to come back to do that 4-day comedy festival, fly over to Maui, and stay for 2 weeks to see my family, and then fly back to Los Angeles and keep training and stand-up comedy. But we got shut down, and so I just decided to stay here for that time being. And then August 1st, because my lease was up in North Hollywood, my apartment, I kept having to pay my rent because I got locked down here. But August 12th I had to be out, so that's when I decided I'd just move back to Maui. So I'm here now because the comedy scene is shut down there in Los Angeles, and it might take a year and a half to 2 years with the population of 4 million people there and all the coronas spreading through everybody. I just felt it was the right decision to kind of move back, along with Chino LaForge. He also made a decision, and quite a few people left. A handful of people left. It just, if it's shut down, there's no career growth over there. So,
Hawaii.
And then again, comedy festivals. I've performed in Oregon and Chattanooga, Tennessee. They accepted me, and then Greensboro, the North Carolina Comedy Festival, the Oak City Comedy Festival in North Carolina. I'd recommend those comedy festivals. They're smaller numbers, so they don't have a big crowd yet. But when you're at a beginning stages, which is always kind of hard, at least you help pioneer something that grows into something bigger. So it's cool to leave footprints. So hopefully that answers your question.
That's it. Hey, man, well, we're getting closer to the ending, bro, and I want to.
Oh gosh. San Diego. I performed in San Diego. Sorry, forgot about that.
You're all good.
So, do you have any shout outs, any upcoming events, any social media you want to share with us?
No, I refrain from doing any Zoom mics or anything like that because I think my heart told me, like, the reason I got into stand-up was for the live entertainment, and people want to see people bomb on stage and make a fool of themselves. And it, as cringy as it is, that's something I stayed away. But right now I got nothing coming up, and I think it's just like many other comedians previously on your show. It's just time to reflect and write stuff out. Maybe I think I'll look into comedy content, but shout out to What's So Funny, because look at you guys being.
What's so funny?
You guys being you're doing your thing. You're reaching out. You're developing your style of comedy to not only influence people about stand-up comedy, but helping comedians along the way tell their story. And that I'm always going to be thankful for. And again, nothing special about me. I'm not that funny. But thank you guys for your positive energy and kindness of time and patience with me.
Well, we've been rocking, you know, since 2003. We started back in the Bay Area, so we've been doing
Oh, okay.
for quite some time. You know, we definitely have, you know, some alumni under our belt. You know, Steve Ezane, he's a writer for Ellen, for the Ellen show. Now Ellen,
Well,
he has a good to go. He's already good.
then super cool to be a part of this. Not many people contact me, and nor do I really, you know, again, I'm not really developed right now. I'm still an open micer, but I'm okay with that. And if I want this to be where I get to perform with you guys sometime in the future, I'll make it happen. If not, I forgot how to comedy, bro.
Hey man,
Definitely be reaching out.
We got some What's a Funny match, man, for you. We gonna send this to you.
Hey, you know what? Shout out to Marie. Thank you guys again, though, for.
Runner, all in one.
We're gonna send this to you, man.
All in one, yeah. I'll take the mask. Super cool of you guys. Give Marie my address here in Maui, Hawaii, and I wish I could send you guys some Maui Wowie, but unfortunately that's not legal right now.
So, when we get there, we know it's there.
Yeah. I got my card, so I can do some shopping. But super cool. Thank you, MI. Thank you, Ezane, and thank you.
Static electricity.
Static electricity. Thank you guys for your time and patience with me and your kindness. I appreciate it. Keep making the world laugh.
Do you have like a Cash App or anything?
No Cash App, no Venmo. I don't want any money right now. I want to earn it through the hardship of being on stage.
I got you. And you guys heard that for sure. We got a Cash App. It's $WSF Comedy. It's
okay.
Support, so that way we can get to Hawaii, so we can hang out with you and chill. And
yeah, that would be cool to introduce you guys to my family and community. So, you guys, thank you very much, and tell Marie, thank you for taking the time.
At 1 year, baby. A year ago, you was here in Vista, man, gracing the stage,
Indian Joe Brewing. Yep.
Definitely appreciate you, man. Anyone got any last words for this time, gentlemen?
I want to say thank you for your time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hope you being safe out there with all this Corona going on and stuff.
Yeah. Please stay safe. I know a lot of people are like, "Oh, this mask thing is stupid," but it's the little things, I think, which makes us real men, real leaders, real women, real alpha males take care of their people. Kings and queens take care of their people. And please, the world.
Thank you.
Thank you for your service, man.
Cool. Thank you for putting the lays on. Super cool theme.
Hey, man, we have to fit the theme, man. We got Hawaiian punch. We can't wait till we get off air so we can drink these. We got the coconut, we got the pineapple, you know, and anybody out there, you know what I'm saying, that want to get any What's So Funny gear, we got masks, t-shirts, water bottles, shot glasses, and get at us. And also, a shout out to Eargasm, earplugs, cancellation earplugs, some of the best in the world. Fire.
Awesome. Hey, mahalo nui loa, guys. Appreciate your time and patience with me.
We appreciate you, man. Thank you.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
Okay. Aloha.